Today, we're gonna do what we pretty much do every day here at the comic book office, and that's argue about what Batman costume is the best Batman costume. What's up, guys? I'm Chris Killian, and I'm gonna rank the 10 best Batman costumes. I've got no doubt you'll disagree with some of my choices, and that's fine. That's what's fun about these lists. Starting off the list at number 10 is the Batsuit from Arkham Knight. This was a highly stylized suit with nods to both the comics and the Christopher Nolan movies. The suit features a subtle comic book color scheme, but with armor and technology reminiscent more of the films. If you've ever played the Arkham games, then you know the Batsuit has gotten better and better with each incarnation, and watching this suit in action was a pure thing of beauty. At number 9, I picked the very first original suit from Detective Comics number 27. That's right, the original Bob Kane and Bill Finger design that started it all. Honestly, most of Batman's suits have maintained many of the elements this original suit had. The cowl, the bat symbol on the chest, the color scheme. Really, the biggest thing about the Batsuit that's changed is the purple gloves being turned into gauntlets with the 3 trademark fins. Coming in at number 8 is the suit from The Dark Knight Returns. Frank Miller's Batman was older, darker, and much bulkier than he'd been in years past. The costume itself was kept fairly traditional, though the blue cowl, cape, gloves, and boots were turned black instead of blue. The ears on the cowl were also drawn much shorter, and the bat symbol on the chest was larger. This story has been credited with bringing a serious Batman back into the mainstream, and the look of the costume had a lot to do with it. The number 7 spot goes to Jim Lee's Batman. The costume most often drawn by Jim Lee straddled classic and modern lines. Most of the costume design itself borrowed from the classic looks of the costume, but imbued with a more dynamic style popularized in the 90s. The most popular rendition of this look comes from the storyline Hush, which to date is still one of the most popular Batman storylines ever. At number 6, we've got the costume from the 1989 Batman film. This suit dropped the live-action spandex that fans had been familiar with up to that point and marked the beginning of the all-black suit Batman would go on to wear in most of the follow-up films. Thanks to the rubber mold, it also made Michael Keaton look shredded by giving him abs without looking ridiculous by adding nipples. We are always in favor of Batman without nipples. Our number 5 pick, the Flashpoint Batman, which, spoiler alert if you don't know by now, is actually Bruce's dad, Thomas Wayne. How is that even possible, you ask? Glad you asked. This Batman is from an alternate timeline caused by the Flashpoint paradox. Here, Thomas Wayne actually survives the mugging that led to Bruce becoming Batman, while Bruce as a child is killed, leading to Thomas Wayne taking up the mantle of Batman in an effort to gain revenge for his son's murder. And look at those red eyes. Not a Batman most criminals would want to meet in a dark alley. Number 4, Batman Beyond. The sleek red and black suit of the future just works somehow. Not only did this suit lose the cape, but it was also capable of flight. The trademark open mouth on the cowl was also removed in favor of a mask that completely covered Batman's face. Side note, with the exception of the first episode, this suit was also not worn by Bruce Wayne, but instead worn by Terry McGinnis, which is why Batman's so GQ and slender. At number 3, we've got the suit from Batman vs. Superman. Look guys, whether you like Ben Affleck or not, doesn't matter. Whether you love the movie or not, I don't care. But let's not pretend that this Batsuit wasn't the most comics faithful Batman costume to date in live action. It clearly borrowed heavily from Frank Miller's art, but the texture is different and the bulkiness of the suit makes Ben Affleck look like a beast. At number 2, we've got Neal Adams' Batman. Before Neal Adams and writer Dennis O'Neil were brought on board, Batman had been relegated to ridiculous campiness intended only for children or lovers of the 60s television show, but Neal Adams' art managed to bring Batman back to his noir roots. Now, even though the costume still features the traditional blue and gray color scheme, Neal Adams' art kept Batman perched in dramatic shadows, giving the character the darker edge many fans had longed for. And the top costume goes to Alex Ross's Batman. I mean, look at that. Just a classic, perfect Batman. What makes Alex Ross's rendition of Batman the best is how his art embodies Batman in a realistic way. All of the artists before made Batman look like, well, a comic book, but here, Batman looks like an actual person. Everything about the suit is traditional Batman, but the way that he fills out the suit realistically makes Batman look like a muscular, athletic dude who can leap off a rooftop just to roundhouse kick you in the face. Oh, classic Batman. What's your favorite Batman costume? Let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching.